I'm Mishal Husain and I work on television and radio for the BBC on an early morning radio programme called the Today programme and on the main evening TV news. If I'm on air on the radio, then my alarm goes off very early at 3 in the morning and I'm at my desk at 4 and we go on air at 6. And although it's not easy to get up at that time, I do relish it because the day is just beginning, the news stories are fresh, it's a big part of my job to grasp information as quickly as I can, make sense of it, and by the time you go on air, you hope that you've got a really good grasp of what you need to bring to the listeners that morning. The best part of my job is getting to talk to interesting people all over the world. So in the UK, often it's politicians. I'm in a position of tremendous authority where I sit in that studio and I have the privilege of being able to question the powerful. And that's a very special position to be in. But I also present around the world. So the programme might go on location, and I've presented from refugee camps in Lebanon and in Bangladesh with the Rohingya refugees. I've presented from Davos. I've been to all kinds of places, often where really tough things have happened. Pakistan, after there was a Taliban school massacre a few years ago. But the varied nature of my job is what I really love, and you get to talk to people, sometimes at a crisis point in their lives, sometimes the very powerful, often people with a compelling personal story to tell, so it's never dull. I did a law degree and thought about a career in the law, but then started looking around thinking, what else might I do? And the news had always been a big part of mine and my family's life. My parents came to the UK from Pakistan. I grew up in the Middle East because my father was working there. So knowing about the world was always part of how I'd been brought up, and I just thought, I wonder if I can make a career of this. And I worked for Bloomberg for a couple of years, then I joined the BBC. I didn't ever think about being in front of the camera or the microphone. I just wanted to be the best journalist that I possibly could. I would say to young girls today that never ever lose the desire to be curious and to question the world around you, the people you come into contact with, because at an early stage in life you learn so much just by asking the questions and being in the habit of trying to glean as much as you can. And then later on, when you enter the workplace, I would say don't hold back from demonstrating what you know. Often you might be in a room where you think, well, I don't really have anything to add here, or I don't have anything special to say, but develop that habit of just making sure that your voice is heard and knowing your staff. Whatever it is that you're working on, make sure that you have the total grasp of what you do, because it's that way that people will trust you with more and more responsibility.